everyone. Welcome to Max Double N Hunting Outdoors. Today I'm going to have an awesome video for you on a vintage mule stock CB radio made by Xtal CB radio. Awesome radios, but I've got one question for you before we start this video or get into this video is, are you man enough for an Xtal CB radio? Yes, I said that. Are you man enough for an Xtal CB radio? If you want to figure that out, wait till the end. Now, this Xtal CB radio is dear to my heart. I've had a 15-year quest for this radio. I'll get into that in a little bit. But these radios by Xtal are awesome radios. I'll go into who made them. I'll go into the advertising. I'll go, and that's where the Are You Man Enough for an Xtal comes in. I'll go into the receive. They have great receive. And we'll just listen to some people talk on it on a Friday night. And then you can leave some comments at the end. But let's go to the kind of an unboxing, not really an unboxing, but I'm going to show you how I got this thing. And then we'll set it up. And let's get busy. Enjoy.
Now this box is not the greatest box in fair condition, but I can assure you this radio is in immaculate, I'm talking immaculate condition. I have looked, like I said, for this radio for over 15 years. We're right at 15 years. A lot of duds out there. Most of them look like this. And that was probably a good one. I mean, I was looking on eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace all the time, and that was maybe the average of them. A lot worse. I'm talking about way worse. Just wasn't any good ones out there. And finally, two of them came up recently. This was 85 to begin with, and I wanted it so bad at 85, but I was like, no, I can't do it at 85. And there was another one about 59 that was almost in the shape this was. Just kind of ironic that two came at the same time after a 15-year quest. But this one, after 3 or 4 weeks, dropped to 65 and still for 23 channel radio. But this one means a lot to my heart because this is the radio, my first radio that I got when I was like 13 or 14 years old and had it hooked to a Radio Shack power supply, 18-foot antenna on the house. This is the radio that got me in a CB. And I got out of it for a while in the late 80s when I got in college, when I was graduating college, got married, had a child, but 2010 got back into it. So I've been looking for this since 2010, a really good one. Let's take it out of the box. Let's show you it. We're going to put it to work. We're going to talk about the great receive. Yes, this thing has great receive. It's known for great receive. Xtal's known for great innovations, like a radio that you can take. It's in a base station, but actually you can pull the radio out and put it in your car or the base station. I'll show you that right there. They're also known for their advertising. We'll get to that in a little bit, so don't go away for that one. But they're also known, like I said, the great receive, being just great radios. And actually these were made by Tokai, or Tokaya, T-O-K-A-I. I'll show you one of their radios there under that name. But they made all, if not 99% of the radios for Xtal. Just an awesome company. So let's get the box out. Let's show you the radio. And we'll talk on it some, and then we'll talk about the advertising. Hey, first I want to show you this. This radio I don't think has ever been plugged up, except maybe at a seller to test it. Just, let me put my reading glasses on, my old man glasses on. You come with your FCC form for your license. Come with the 10 codes right there. Xtal warranty centers, showing all the Xtal warranty places across the country. And the XCB-11 owner's guide. We're not going to go into that, but it came with all this paperwork, which is just awesome. And like I said, the box is in fair condition, but the radio is immaculate. The little box inside the big box had the mic in. It's the Xtal mic. Got a bracket, obviously, all that good stuff. This thing's probably never going to be hooked to the bracket. We'll take the mic out of the bag. That mic doesn't even have a speck of dust. I mean, I can guarantee, almost guarantee, this thing has never been used before. Now, a disclaimer, I did take it out of the box as soon as it arrived, and I repackaged it just to make sure it worked, and it did. But boom, right there. This is one awesome radio. See, there's not a scratch on it. And a lot of radios, you can tell the age, how they've been stored. The back plate will be all kind of patina on it, dusty, discolored. This thing looks like the day it got out of the showroom. So what we're going to do, we're going to hook it up. It's Friday evening. Probably going to hear some people talking. I'm not going to do a range test on this. After this video, I'm going to put it in a box. I may break it out once or twice a year and talk on it. But yes, this is a 15-year quest on this radio. So like I say, don't go away. That's coming up. And also the advertising, which you don't want to miss. Some of you may want to miss it, but most of you are not going to want to miss the advertising. And not that I was for the advertising, but as a young man, it kind of intrigued me. So anyway, let's get busy. Let's hear this thing in action. Okay, everyone, I've got it hooked up to the power supply. The power supply is covered up under it. Let's turn this on. Break one. Anybody got a copy on Big Mac? Break six. How about your Coltrane? You got a copy on Big Mac? How about your Coltrane? You got a copy? Super Bowl's running. Alright guys, you see this thing works well. I got it turned down now. I did mention that I did hook it up real quick when I first got it, just to make sure I didn't have to contact the seller, getting scammed or anything. Worked like a charm. Even went outside with my walkie-talkie, talked to my wife back and forth with it. It works like a charm. Now let's talk about the great receive on it and then the advertising. The Xtal radios are known for the great receive. If you Google it enough, you'll find some people talking about it. When I hooked this up, tonight's kind of a busy night. A lot of channels had a lot of skip or a lot of people talking on it. When I hooked this up one night, the night I got it, there was nobody on there. I got to one channel and I could barely hear somebody on there. Waited a few minutes, I still hear the same conversation between these people, just barely. So way off no matter where they were. So what I did, the Cobra 2000 over here, the Cobra 2000 is known for its great receive. I unhooked the Xtal, hooked the Cobra 2000 up, couldn't hear them. The Quad 5, this Quad 5 right here, the Anytone 555, known for great receive. couldn't receive it. This radio was receiving the signal. So that ought to tell you something about the great receiver on these radios. Like I said, I searched for this radio 15 years, the radio that got me into the hobby. Now let's talk about the advertising. Not that I'm for what they're doing, but it was kind of unique advertising. Xtal used porn stars in their advertising. Here's clips of two of them right here. Marilyn Chambers is in one. So right there it tells you, are you man enough for an Xtal CB radio? Well, I was a boy when I got these, but I'm a man now. But this right here radio, I can't say enough, is what got me into the hobby. And I love these radios. That old classic, just big round channel selector. I love that. Just because maybe I grew up with it, but Panasonic's got something like that. Craig radios has got something like that. Maybe they were made by Takai. But anyway, guys, leave some comments on what you think about the advertising, good or bad. Doesn't bother me. The receive, if you've had one. But Xtal made some awesome radios. So like I said, leave some comments. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Subscribe button's going to be right here. Maybe a playlist right here. And I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.